Hey everyone, Paul Daniels here, and what up X Daily? We've got an A1466, it's come in, apparently got water damage, and we're just going to give it a whirl and see if we can get this fixed. So at least the nice thing about this is that straight up I was told it was water damage rather than no liquid good on this. Always helpful when you can get the true story straight up, rather than running around trying to find out what really happened. Still, with liquid damage, I guess it is fairly quick to be noticed. Alright. Into our little container. Let's see what we got. Okay. Alright, I can already see a couple of spots. And it's a 3437. Alright, let's get to the microscope and have a look. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so we definitely won't have 3v42. That's looking rather nasty there, in fact. Alrighty. Feel lucky that just took out everything. Okay, the regulator's probably going to be gone. You're gone too. And we probably won't have backlight. So this is, I'm going to take this off. Stray soldable. Should keep those. Put them all in a little container and sell them off for $5 after 10 years. Alright, so it's primarily 3v42. What do you do? I actually don't know what you do. Let me check. Wrong side of the board. You are SMC reset. Alright. Fair enough. I guess we better start this job. Alright, we'll take this board out so we can check the other side, because if there's all this up the top, I'm not sure what we'll get on the bottom. Alright, we've got the board out, and I can see there's already more damage here, and it's right next to the SMC, because why not? Why not indeed? Always got to be the SMC. So let's have a look. Let's see how bad things are. Take that away. And that's looking pretty ugly. Pretty ugly indeed. It doesn't look like it got into the SMC, so that's a good sign. This here is the filter, or the inductor, that's needed for the power. And let's see, that controls solid state drive stuff. So I'm not sure what this section up here does. Let's have a look at that. Oh, okay, you're in trouble there. And what's our ball look like? Oh, surprisingly, our backlight ball's fine. Amazing. Guess you do win some occasionally. Let's see. I'm not really sure what this is. What's that cap do? And you are, let's see, power switch, 3v3, high voltage power switch. What are you? You're Thunderbolt. Okay. So not too critical. Okay, at this stage I'd say we clean up. Looking at that pattern there, something vented. See these wispy trails here? We've got some serious power outage there. Alright, let's get the cleanup process started. Gotta get that fizz up and running. Okay, once you got the fizz, you're good. I think that was all for this side. Our biggest concern is definitely this 3v42 area. That's some fairly major damage. I think I better go put the ultrasonic cleaner on. So I'm not exactly sure what part these two little fellows play. I think they're part of the input selection. I'll have a look. Okay, so yeah, they're these two, the sense and enable. So they may or may not be alive, I don't know. Just catch up with our job here. Mark what we're doing as we're doing it. It's a little bit of a habit thing that you have to form, but it does help. You might just mark off the, oh, we got activity down here too. And here, and here. What do you control? Your 3v3 S5 rig, okay. I'll probably get better at doing that in time. I'll be able to just consolidate a whole area as one item. Maybe I should adjust the software so that I can select a whole area. So you can see when you get the flux and heat onto it, it doesn't look quite as bad anymore. Let's see if we get 3G42 at all. Let's plug in our MagSafe. A green light. Holy shit. I think that just caught on fire. Alright, that was not good. This thing just pretty much caught on fire. Wow. Smells bad too. And that controls 3VPS5 rig output off U7501. So it makes me wonder whether we've got ourselves a short. Let's have a look at L7560 and see if we have a short to ground. It stinks as almighty, of course. We don't have a short. Alright, that was pretty damn ugly. Let's get that off. I'm really sad I didn't get that on camera. I'm sorry. I actually for an instant thought it was an LED. It was that bright. It was glowing orange and burning out. Whether this is at fault or not doesn't really matter, it's got to come off. Hopefully it hasn't welded itself to the board. Amazingly, the tracks are still there. Look at that. Oh, that went nuclear. Well, we do have 3V42. We just don't have a fan spin anymore. We just have to get ourselves a replacement one of those. So I'm fairly sure we don't have a short to ground. Okay, but you are ground, you idiot. Okay. Time to pull out the donor boards. Here's hoping this one doesn't go up in flames. Now, the reason why that could go up in flames is this is actually, it's a dual MOSFET. So what can happen is if both gates are open at the same time, or I should say if both MOSFETs are open at the same time, it'll just be a direct short to ground. Which is, like I said, a little unusual in the sense that nothing burned up on the board. I mean, I'm extremely thankful for that. But you normally do see that sort of thing. So I can only imagine there was some degree of sufficient resistance within the unit itself that it drew enough to create the great light show, but didn't draw enough to kill the board. There's only a light amount of corrosion around that one, so it was caught out there. I didn't expect it. I've pulled that off just a fraction soon. Put down some leaded solder. That'll make our life easier putting it back on. Alright, I guess we'll try this again. After we let it cool down a bit. What's under that? Nothing's under. Might just scrub this down. It is interesting that we've still got 3v42 in spite of all that ugliness. Give it some toothbrush ultrasonicking. And it still looks perfectly clean after you give it a good scrub down. I mean, there's some pads that are a little corroded, but nothing bad. This is also helping cool down the board. Okay, so I'm going to watch this and see what happens. I really hope that was just a dud MOSFET. Really hope, not the control. Connecting. Whoop. There we go. And we got a fan spin. I think we're good. Delicious fan spin. There's a slight degree of disappointment on the fact that we didn't get a rerun of the horrendous burn off. Alright, I've got to change my thing around. Let's see. Okay. And we can have a look at our job summary so far. Alright, so seems like we've got power back, but now we have to see what we can do about this. It's a bit of a mess. It's not to say that it's going to have problems, but I'd rather check it out before I connect the screen back to it. I mean, our backlight via here is fine. So if we're lucky, phew, it's weird. Normally smoke doesn't catch up to me like that. Let's see, do we have continuity on the fuse? Very good. What about nothing there, so that's good, that's what we want. Okay, you're good. And you're good. Let's see, I want to see which one's I always forget which one's a backlight output on these. Pretty sure it's the first 2 or 3. No, you're ground. Ah, okay, this one's there, so we're going to check, make sure we don't have a short to ground. Fairly sure we won't. But, best not to be presumptuous. And we're good. Alright, let's put this back into the chassis and see how we are. Some people I'll give that a proper scrub. Otherwise some people could have an aneurysm over the fact that I didn't take it off. It'll likely be fine in the ultrasonic anyway. Oh, look at that. A little bit of tarnishing, but it's okay. Ooh, we've got a secret piece of junk there. Again, ultrasonic cleaner will pick that up. Alright, let's try and put it in the chassis. Fan spin. Come on, give me a bong. One more. Hey, we got a bong. Don't seem to have a display though. Couldn't be that easy, eh? Oh, it is booting. So what do we got? No display, no backlight. What are our options? Oh no, I just saw purple then. Oh, this seems fine. I need to find something that energizes the display before it takes too long, or else I could end up doing stupid things. Marvellous. Okay, so there we go. We're all good. Thank you for watching. Alright, we're back. I just finished the ultrasonic cleaning and I thought I'd show you this rather than end the video on the previous point. The 3V42 area up the top, where I was worried. After cleaning, we can see I was definitely worried for a good reason. You can see that veer is almost, and we've got a bloody hair. Get out of here. Wow, it's seriously attached. Clear now? Yep, there you go. Yeah, we can see that is absolutely marginal. It would have died probably by the time it came out of shipping. So we're going to fix up that, and you can see this resistor's probably not far off going away either. And also on the other side, I think it was. Let's have a look. This cap here, I think it'd be a service if we got rid of both of those, put new ones in there. I don't want to be sending back a product that I've fixed looking like that. The SMC, they're a little beaten up, but they're actually okay, those ones. I'll add a bit more solder around the base of those legs, but you can see it's already still there. So we really just have the two items there. There's that pair of caps, and then the 3V42 MOSFET via here. Now I'm going to decide how best I'm going to do that. I could drop a bit of paste in there, heat it up. Might fix up those resistors first. Now rather than put it through the ultrasonic again, I'm probably just simply going to what do you call it, earbud fix this, clean it up I mean. It's such a small area, we can get away with that. So yeah, I think we'll put some paste in there, and that should hopefully pick up that little nub. As God help us if we lose that nub. I'm just going to scratch off slightly. Surprising how little paste we need. Like this is a teeny tiny bit, but it's already too much. That looks close to what we want. There we go. Now the reason why I like to use paste for these sort of situations is because if you use the soldering iron, it tends to gobble up the solder that you're trying to put down there. Whereas if you use the hot air, it heats up the board first and hopefully makes everything just sit in nice. Now I'm going to have a bit of a problem here with the flux is going to pull those balls away just through normal, but hopefully we can keep them. Oh jeez. Oh well. Oh, I picked up the wrong tweezers. These are my little chip grabbing clawing tweezers. Now the reason I want the board to warm up is so that that little nub is ready to take new solder when it goes into ball formation. Now I'm just sitting on 40 litres of air, so it's not a lot. It's hard to tell whether it's going to be enough heat, but what am I? Oh, I'm only at 420 centigrade. I probably need to actually ramp that up a bit. Alright, now we should get some conversions. There we go. I'm really hoping that's stable there. And we can take that ball away. Thinking maybe I should run a wire from there to the leg, just as a safety precaution. Like I said, we don't want this coming back. Seriously, always junk. Feel like we need a little more flux, a little more heat. Get those legs. The heat's just a sort of a booster. It warms up the area so that when we do touch the chips, it flows a bit better. Oh, and I've run out of flux. Really don't want to have to put this through the... Oh shit, I've lost my nub. It's not good. I really don't want to have to run a wire on to the other side. Okay, we can see the nub. Get a little scratch up there. Scary thing is, at this distance, even the slightest pressure changes the focus quite a lot. Then we might have to leave that there. A little worried if I go for extreme perfection, I'm gonna end up making things a lot worse. It's certainly not as pretty as I would like. Okay, so grab onto that. It certainly can be very difficult to stop yourself from constantly readjusting things. No matter how many times you end up ruining things or making things worse for yourself, you still get the habit of trying to fix it up a bit better. That is just driving me insane, that little foot. I'm not sure. I think it's probably because of the ground plane effect heating up, cooling off the tip. Still driving me insane. Alright. If I mess around with it too much, it's going to reflow that little jumper we did. Alright, let's give it the toothbrush ultrasonic. We're gonna have to put some green goo on that, otherwise we're pushing our luck. Getting it on everywhere except where I want. Okay, it's got the ultraviolet to it. It's interesting how the focal distance under ultraviolet is very different. Okay, it looks like that's nicely set. I mean, it makes sense. Ultraviolet is quite a bit shorter in wavelength. I don't recommend looking down the microscope while you're doing that to something. I was looking at the computer screen. Alright, so now on the other side we've got some more work to do. Let's see. Where'd those parts go? There they are. Might as well get the other one at the same time. Give those pads a bit of a clean up. Okay, now that we've got the pads off, I can see a little bit of damage. So corrosion ate through. So good thing we did that. Yeah, let's get some leather down there. My goodness, more random trash. Alright, reheat that again, and everything should hopefully smooth down nicely. And we're done. That looks pretty good. Yep, I think we can be happy with that. Well, I sincerely hope after all this that it's still going to work. I mean, rather unfortunate if it didn't. We can see our little green area is all good. Really hoping this works. Green light, orange light. Fantastic. No fucking fan spin. SMC's on. What the fuck is going on? Fuck. God damn it, no S4L. Oh, bloody hell. Fan spin finally after all that. Stop. Should do this a couple more times. Stop. One more time. Here we go.